So I wanted to take a little tour on Sonic Unleashed. The reason is, this game, for the longest time, up until Frontiers I think, if you ask someone what the prettiest looking Sonic game is, they probably answer Unleashed, which is a game from 2008. And while the most modern games definitely look better on a technical standpoint, the art direction on this game is still so unique. I still feel like it's worth taking a while to just explore it. So we start off in Apotos, the first level. It's this quaint European coastal town. And you can see a little bit of road down there too. I love how the cities in this game are bigger than they actually are. They always make sure that the roads continue beyond the part where you actually can explore. Like, you can see the town is bigger than the part you go through. That just makes the world feel lived in and bigger and alive. Like, there's a guy fishing there. Not sure what he's fishing, there's a building right in front of him, but okay. So I have this little square over here, look at this view, dude, like. The cities are built on top of those huge rock islands, which is very Sonic-y. I love how even like the civilized spaces in Sonic World is still wacky and kind of fantasios. I love this little corner over here. There's a metal here, but like you can see the barrels, Imagine like just leaving your house, sitting down under the tree shades. That's just so cozy, you know? I love those little flower archers ringing over you. I didn't mean to break that. Something I really noticed about Apotos is that the houses actually have numbers. Like, this one is 1, and if you move on a bit, this one's 2, and there's actually multiple of the same number. I don't know if that means like it's the same house but with different entrances, or if it's like multiple houses under the same number. I'm not sure if that happens in Europe, but it does happen around here. I'm gonna get on his porch, which is a very small porch. I also love this little area. You can get in, but like, it's really cozy, you know? I always imagine like, what if I live here, you know? I go out the door, water the plants, look outside, gossip with the neighbors. I really like barrels, like they're such simple like decoration. Whenever I'm building in Minecraft and need to decorate the outside, I just put barrels everywhere. Because you know, it just adds a lot of world building, you know, like what is being kept in those barrels? Is it water? Is it food? Like, is it cereal? It's air. When I'm here, we got more barrels. You can break those ones, so I guess those are filled with supplements. I'm gonna another little offhand place. Another place with little tree shades. And then there are 2 cats here. They don't move. I'm not sure if those are meant to be cats or just statues. What is sheep doing there? How did they get their sheep? In the center of the square there's this building that I always assumed it was a church, because there's a bell. Oh, this guy kind of looks like a priest, you know? I guess an Orthodox priest, this is Greece. This guy with newspaper here. You know, generally you wouldn't keep like a bunch of succulents on your way out of your house, but I love this big windmill right over here. I actually really like windmills, and I don't really know why. It might be because of this game, because I played the PS2 version as a child, and I played it as a small child on a CRT TV, which was very dark, its image, so I got traumatized by the opening cutscene when Sonic turns into the Warthog. I love how you can see through the wall and see people's house outside. You know, got a flower pot on top of a barrel. I guess everyone just has barrels in their house there. A nice little picnic area over here. White water. They put water in cardboard boxes. Happy ham. Yeah, happy ham. Okay, so we got ham, and what is the red one? Golden cattle. I guess it's meat. Here we can invade someone's backyards. And the guy just has a pit in his backyard that he filled up with boxes, which will just break, so whenever he goes outside he's gonna trip and fall and be stuck here. I love the different textures on the wall, because I got white walls over here, but you also got cobblestone walls. It really shows that the place is, it makes it feel more organic, you know, like it wasn't now just manufactured at once, you know. It got built over time until they added more walls. I think this area will probably belong to someone, but you can see that they're separate from, this fencing implies that this is someone else's house. And I feel like this creates a very nice feeling of neighborhood, you know, like they go outside, like the person comes out to this porch and starts gossiping with his neighbor over the fence, talking bad about the other neighbor on the other side of town, you know, that's just the kind of things that makes the place feel lived in. But right outside you got those tall things, I don't know how you're supposed to access them, but I mean, this is the Sonic world, you know, like they build roads with loops, so I guess that even the humans do some cool parkour to get up here. Like, there are no doors here. How do you get up? To go to the window? Maybe? Who knows?
Ready, go!
You ever just stop and stare into the scenery on the place where you begin the act? Like, you can see 5 windmills in the distance. So cute. So some little butterflies on this grassy area. This is the outskirts of Apotos, you know, one of the more natural areas of the island. But you can actually see some ruins here, which implies there were actually buildings here in the past. There's actually a lot more ruins in Windmill Isle in the PS2 version and the Wii version. Mostly in the night acts. The 8-bit version doesn't really have a lot of ruins, which I think is a shame, you know. But it is interesting how the PS2 version explores areas that are not in the 8-bit version. You can go around here for some reason. Something I love about Windmill Isle is how many different themes you have. Like, what kind of stage is this? Is this like a grassland stage? Is it a coastal stage? Is it a ruin stage? A city stage? It's all of that. That's why I really like about... I think the best Sonic stages are the one where you can't really classify into a single theme. Or like, even though they are like clearly one specific theme, they still have elements from others. It's just somewhat more interesting, and especially since the first stage, this is the one that's gonna leave an impression on the player who begins playing, so they're gonna go all out in it. I love this cobblestone loop. Not sure if you could hear it because of YouTube audio compressing and whatnot, but there's actually a little sound effect for the wind blowing as you go off the ramp. We got a bunch of pottery someone just left over here. Was left to dry, you just throw them away? I don't know, they're broken now. We start approaching the city at the end of the level, which is a very nice little form of storytelling in the stage. You begin in one area and then go through the other. I love how the egg fighters here are this rusty orange color for no reason. Honestly, I think this looks better than the regular color. Ever since I played Sonic Heroes on the PS2, I always like to stop and look at the place where the gold ring was in Sonic games, because it often was like kind of a set piece in and of itself, since you know it's the place where you got the ranking. You got some barrels. Those barrels are actually breakable; they're not part of the geometry, which it always makes me wonder, how do they pick like which barrels are destructibles and which are just part of the geometry? Got a little stair leading to the rest of the town, we suppose. Again, some cool world building. And as we finish, we got a nice view of a tree. Something I like to add, I got that S rank the first time I cleared the stage, and I never been able to replicate it, which makes no sense because Sonic gets faster, has get more speed, so my time got shorter, so if anything, I should be getting better ranks, but no. I only ever get an A rank after I retry it. What the hell, Sega?
Ready, go!
So for the first like serial stage, Sonic actually dashes off in the beginning. But if we go back, we can see some more boxes. Let's see, what is this one? Farmer, real floor. Okay, so it's floor, more ham and water. I love how as you walk through, you can see the villagers cheering on you. Cactus restaurant. How cute. I love those. What are those banners? I don't know, but I like. So I got the people, because of course, if you see Sonic run into your neighborhood, you start cheering on him. Sasangua. What is this? Sausages? So you go under a lot of those little archways. Blue and white is a very calming color scheme, so I kind of like the juxtaposition because it's a sunny area, it's a tropical area, but with the cold palette of white and blue, it makes it feel very cozy instead of like exotic. A lot of this little wall where you can only see the cobblestone under. Yeah, the rings look kind of pixelated because I actually lowered the visual settings because I was afraid it wouldn't run my shitty computer. But it actually runs very smoothly, which is, I mean, it's a 2008 game. Seashore Cocktail Bar. There might be a cocktail named after Sonic, which you would be able to drink because he's 15. Well, he's also Sonic, he clearly doesn't care. I doubt he has an ID. Okay, so when I go to the dashing, the bells ring, which is very cute little detail. You got more people cheering on you over the archway. I love those little European archways. Like, I never saw one of those in real life, but I love seeing them in pictures and whatnot. Like, I think it makes a town look so cute. Like, you know, just walk to the archway, looking down the street. So you can look back. There's a bit of an archway. There's one's hanging high right by the seashore, so I guess this would be a good fishing spot. And you can go on the archway and see this some dining tables. I mean, I guess in the Mediterranean it's probably quite hot in the summer, so it'd be good to be under the shades. Although 3 shades is probably better, which is probably why you got those little archways on the ceiling with flowers on them. So it's blue, and now it's red. So I guess we're in a different neighborhood now. This one's got red. I thought there's also some blue. Some more purple flowers. I guess it fits better with the red. You know, it is such a simple way to break the monotony. You don't even notice that the color changes while you're playing, but it did, and it makes the level more visually interesting. You know, who ordered those flowers? Like, how often does it rain in the Mediterranean? Are those flowers getting water? I guess they are, because they look very pretty. How did you get up here? I mean, I guess this adds to my theory that the humans in Sonic World also practice parkour. Because, you know, I do like to think that all the loops and the roads are not just game mechanics, that they actually build shit like that, because at the end of the day, engineering and architecture imitate nature, and nature in Sonic Worlds are loops and ramps. Like, if the natural world is built like a racetrack, why wouldn't the artificial world too? Got this beautiful little dining area. Like, I get some. I know some people would be like, "Cool, it'd probably be awful to like have leaves falling onto your food," but like, it's just leaves, bro. Just eat them too. Like, free salads. Seaside Parlor. I guess it's a restaurant. I guess it's maybe 2 restaurants. Okay, so Tosigos also appear on the world map, and what is this? Pile of fresh fruit juices: orange, apple, banana, grape, passion fruit. Okay, pineapple, watermelon, melon, mango, coconut. Drinks coffee, tea, and water. Sandwiches, panachota, pancake, hot dog, fruit salads, yogurts, and snacks. That's very vague, but okay. Going to, we got just 2 paths, right? And then this one, there's nothing here. They didn't have to model all that. They could have just stuck an invisible wall there, but they didn't. You can go up here. See some more. There's also restaurant Bougainville. Many restaurants over here. Another seagull that's guarding this house. He's not a very good guard. This is my favorite little place in Windmill Isle. We got this place with some Greek water here. Greek water. Greek writing. So we go to this arch, and we will go off this off-hand path, climb the staircase, and there's a meadow here, so this is a place you are supposed to go. And we can get a view of the seashore, like. This is looking pretty calm today. Like again, of course, this is the game. But imagine if you actually lived here. Like you would see the boats passing by, feel the sea breeze. Also, I guess, feeling the sea breeze all the time could be a bit tiring, but... You ruined my vacation! Over here we can see this nice little area right in the back. With some houses on this little archway. Again, this is something that really captures the wonder of the world, you know? Like Sonic is a series all about adventure, and it really feels adventurous when you see there's areas that you don't explore, so you want to go there. I feel like a big sense of wonder that the Sonic series always brought to me was because the worlds felt bigger than they are. Like, when I was playing, you know, Sonic 1 and I saw the background of Green Hill, all those mountains, I felt, hey, I wonder what it would be like to explore those mountains in the background. Or like in Sonic 2's Chemical Plant Zone, you are going through the factory and there's a city in the background and you never explore the city. And there's like a lake in between, like, hey, I wonder if this city is the city we're exploring, like in a different level. You know, that's the kind of things that make the world feel lived in. That's the things that captures you and makes you really love those levels. And this game knows about that. Even though you're visiting very specific places, they all feel bigger than they are. And that's really what world building in video games is all about. Over here we see like, this is a natural wall. So I really like the way those houses are built, like to incorporate into the natural scenery instead of barging into it. I feel like it's just inherently more interesting to see a habitation that was built around the natural scenery instead of just flattening it out. I actually had the chance to visit a windmill area. Like, it's not a working windmill, it no longer serves a purpose, but it's like one of those windmills that they kept the old windmill the way it was, even though it no longer serves a purpose, just for a tourist attraction. We got also again place, you know, the Z-axis is locked, but if it wasn't, you could go through like an entire different path. Again, world building. I guess not really world building, is it? It's more like just set dressing, really. There's no top on this scenery, but you can also go under it and there you go, I can do it. I feel like, you know, if I knew how to mod, you know, how to code and had time, you know, I feel like also the modding scene for this game, I think a very easy mod would be like to create a backtracking mod, like do little changes in the level layout, so you are going to the level backwards, which some DLC stages actually kind of do already. But as you can see, this place is surrounded by water, so I guess those are like fountains. It's kind of wobbly because again, lower settings, but this is a clear like landmark, you know. This is the place that tourists come to visit, you know, the Tower of Apotos or wherever. And again, we got another path that comes through here, but this is the one we go through. You know, this is Sonic's adventure. He picks where he goes, but there are other places that could go. That's what Endless Possibilities is all about. Okay, so you know what I said about the invisible walls? Oh no, I didn't because I cut it off the script. Why are there invisible walls here? Out of all the places, why is this the only one with invisible walls? Again, I always wonder, like, what made the game devs decide that this is the place that needed the invisible wall? Because, you know, there are other places that you wouldn't come back around and try to go slowly through. Maybe the geometry here doesn't work right, so they put the invisible wall, but like, you can even bother the pelicans. The pelicans now, I guess. Something like about this path choosing moment is that usually there's a lot like of rings, like rainbow rings that give you points on a different path, but there's not here. Really just a difference between going through the more clustered area under the flowers, or the more open area that gives you a bigger view of the city. Like, I love thin alleyways like that, because streets are generally kind of large, so those small alleyways you see in European cities always felt so like closer together. It makes it very feel homely for me. Like it really makes it feel like a neighborhood, a friendly neighborhood where you can, because the smaller the walls, the less the distance between the neighbor, and so like you're kind of just more prone to meeting them. So over here you can go down, and there's a meadow here. Again, nice seaside porch. This person has a very good view of the outside. Yeah, it's probably gonna suck to have to go to the stairs to work every day, but hey, exercise. I like. Come on, you got to just jump here and then there, then just look cool, boy. You can get a kind of review like this is like the end of the series, the edge of the island. And you can see a lot more windmills on those offshore areas, which makes sense, they're probably windier the closer to shore they are. And the ending is a shot of the windmills, and one of them is working. Two of them are working. What's up with that? I'm gonna skip Act 3 since it's all on rails. X4 is an actual new map instead of using the same map but with different objects for a different challenge. So you start with this nice shaded area. I think we'll add a few flowers here for decoration, but it's kind of empty right now compared to the other acts. It takes place at sunset, just like Act 3. Those gates usually won't appear in the night acts, so it's cool to see Sonic breaking them. Got a nice red bridge, and if you find it is weird, this is like probably one of the easiest DLC acts. Like, some of them are absolutely sadistic. Like, look at this. You had to light speed dash and then boost. If you just light speed dash, which is usually light speed dash and get thrown back into track, no. If you just light speed dash, you die. You need to air dash too. Like, there's a lot of those moments in the DLC stages where like they know you're already used to how the game works, so they throw a range attack. This area doesn't appear any other place in Windmill Isle. Like, this place is broken. I guess this fell down, so it's under construction, hence the keep out signs. But Sonic doesn't care about rules, does it? Okay, so this is a trick ramp, and if you fail that, you'll just land straight to spikes. I think we got those little shits because, in this game the boost and the homing attack on the same button, so you want to, okay, I gotta do an air dash to jump over it, but no, those things track the homing attack and then launch it to spikes. Like, those DLC stages are like, if you think this game is too easy, try the DLC stages. What else I think I'm supposed to do here? Now we're off at nighttime. Something like as well, the daylight stages, their color just defined by the level geometry. But for the nighttime, instead of just making them darker, it's actually played with color so that each stage would have its own lining. In this one, you got the blue tint, but because of how the white is shaded, it looks kind of purplish, so it's a very cold blue. But you also got a more reddish on those lamps. So you got this juxtaposition of cold and warm, which makes for a very interesting visual. Those cats have not moved. I think they're statues. Like, in this area you got a bit of a green glow actually, and you can see the move over there. It's not broken in half because Sega did not care about continuity at this point. They don't care nowadays, let's be real. Stop tricking yourselves into they actually care now. They don't. They just spread. They don't care about they they don't actually care about the continuity. They just care about the member-berry points they get for referencing past games. Which, is better than nothing, because trying to get continuity for the sake of reference is better than not trying to get continuity at all. Let's just not give Sega the benefit of the doubt that they're doing it out of the goodness of the heart and the care for the crafts. That guy's still fishing, dude. You're not gonna get anything. What's the water here? Feels like a pool. Is it a sewer? I don't know. An open area sewer doesn't really make sense here. How can you drown in it? Like Sonic can't swim, but you could just jump out of it. It's shallow enough for you to just stump out of it. It just kind of gives up. So we got the porch of someone else here. Well, so I guess there's 3 houses that connect to this porch. Yeah, this guy's clearly the poorer guy. I love those little pillars because something I love about the Warhog levels, what kind of applies to Sonic levels, is that the thing about the gaming objects is that they always kind of feel out of place, they take you out of your immersion. But Sonic Unleashed did so that those stages, the things you balance as, the poles you grab onto, on the rails you grind on, in the day stages, they are different depending on the level. They always have different patterns depending on the culture of the place, and that helps them feel organic. It makes them diegetic, so it's not just objects thrown around. And this is something I feel that's really missing from Sonic games, like diegetic objects. Because the objects are just, I guess, for brand identity or something. Like the springs always just look the exact same, even when it doesn't make any sense. Like, no, dudes. Like, make some different springs for each level. Like, I get it that if you make them all red and detectable, people are gonna be able to tell that they're springs, and thus you can change the design so it's not always the same and actually fits the setting. Same for other things, like the wall jump walls in Generations I feel are like the worst offenders. Like, they are so out of place and so take out of the immersion. So I guess it's the backside of Cactus Restaurant and Seashore Cocktail Mediterranean shop. That's cool. Those boxes are new. There's a lot more to skip out signs in the night stages, which makes sense, it's nighttime, so they closed off things. I guess there isn't a very high crime percentage over here, since you can't ring the bells. 0 of 10, worst game ever. Something exclusive to the night stages, those little wooden walls to protect those little houses, which I guess are like storage areas, like garages. Only instead of cars, I don't think a car could go through here to store, well, rings, I guess, here. Am I just stealing someone's money? Whatever, it's rings, they spawn randomly, like, just go outside. I have a theory that the reason casinos are so prevalent in Sonic Worlds is because rings, which are used as currency, they just spawn randomly outside your window, so everyone can get infinite money glitch, so they have a lot to spare, so they gamble. So, what is this guy doing hidden here? So, okay, the lore said the nightmares are born out of negative emotions. So, like, was someone doing in the negative... Did someone murder someone in here? Why is there a bicycle? Why are there 2 bicycles? Why are there 4 bicycles? And why is one of them different? Like, this one has a basket in the front. This is how you know they put real care into this game, They didn't make 1 bicycle model, they made 2 bicycle models. Okay, let's see what this person is hiding in their backyard. Flowers? Wait. So those flowers are inside, but they're also outside. So are they indoor or outdoor flowers? What the hell is this, Sega? You're breaking the lore. So I got a little more ruins here. Well, not ruins, just a wall that broke off and no one bothered removing. They tried to hide with the flowers, I guess. And another instance of, artificial walls being together with natural walls. You got 4 different wall textures in this area. Again, that's the attention to detail, you know. If they had made all of them the same, it would have worked just fine. But by making them all different, it adds more to it makes it more lived. I wonder what's, you know, the lights are on so people are still awake here. Like, persons like dinner studying and saying to hear a noise outside, look out and it's a werehog. I love how this little area has wooden fences, showing that it's more of a suburb. Like it's a bit farther. And the skip out sign is probably to stop children from falling down here. Anyway, this area's kind of small, right? It's like Sonic size. Okay. Try to make a video here. So, this place is kind of small, you know, it's basically Sonic size, you know. And Sonic is 1 meter tall. I guess the Warhog's a bit taller, but still, like, I think that's kind of small for a human. Especially since there's a pool over here, so this house has a low ceiling. Maybe it's a Mobian house? Mobian. I mean, I know the term Mobian is like not canon and it's tied to the comics baggage, but do you have any better idea? So, while I know that the humans and the animals live in different places of the planet, we know there's no active segregation in it. Like, Amy lives in human cities in Sonic Battle and Sonic Adventure, you know. And no one, while there are some places that have never seen Sonic around here or a hedgehog, they never think it's strange to see a hedgehog walking among humans. So there are no active segregations, you know. There are no Jim Crow laws in Sonic's world. So maybe this is a Mobian's house, you know, the house of Palas, the chicken, I don't know what animals are there in Greece. You ever think about normal Sonic is stronger than a werehog? Because, you know, he destroys the egg fighters in one hit and the werehog takes multiple. So Rich's little house, which is a major safety hazard. I hope no children live here. I love this location with the two lamps over. Just one little grass. And it's like a big corridor leading you to the final set piece of the act. Shut the door and you got the big guy. So you can see a lot of the place is a bit more ruined, probably because of the Titan and his minions. And over here you can see, like, you can actually see the place where the cutscene after the level takes place, which is very cool. And more importantly, Tails is actually here. I didn't realize that until I tried to record this video, which I have to throw away the recording so you can see my live reaction, because I didn't record the audio for that because I'm stupid. Here go, this is the ending. You got nice little rosettes. Once again, we got windmills in the background because it's Windmill Isle, and I got an A rank for some reason. Okay, so Act 2 takes entirely onto this little area. We got a nice little rosette on the center made of grass. I guess it's like a square. I guess daytime to put up the dining tables for people to, you know, dine. Katarina, what? There's another menu that I can really read here. Why is there a fence? I like the detail how, you know, this one, you know, was a blank, and this one is cobblestone. Can you guys stop bothering my daily vlog? A little drawing of a chef here on delicious restaurant. You see there are multiple different types of flowers that they ring on the walls. So nice little verandas. And where's the plate? Fisherman's dish. So I guess that's the restaurant that we're invading. There's another place with 3 bells. They don't ring because it's nighttime, I guess. The bells ring at night times, I don't know, I never seen a bell. So this is the ending area for this level. And the entrance is nice little red barn door. And another different type of rosette on the floor. So this is the end of the level. It has this nice little red barn door and a different rosette on the floor. And there's actually no nighttime DLCs for Apotos, so that's it for it. So yeah, I guess that's it for the video.